My boss. Now
Hey, bro.
you,
How
you my
far now?
chairman. Omo, I do. Thanks, Jerry. And it's been very busy. I've also been busy this week too. So I get. How is marriage life
Yeah,
going now?
going well, going well,
Nice
going
one, nice
well.
one,
I'm
nice one.
enjoying it. Regarding
You have
this
to
stuff
enjoy it.
about talking points, I'm going to be very honest with you. This blue card stuff, I just ignored the hell out of it because I just know it's just one of those ideas that is never going to come into fruition. So, if I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
talk
yeah, yeah.
about it, I'm just going to BS about it. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't taken even a minute of my time to find out what exactly it is about.
Same year, same year, same year. So the idea is not to talk about it in depth. The idea is just to talk about how foolish them trying to change the game unnecessarily when they are like um crucial and more important things to deal with. That's what the idea. That's why I included it. So
All right, no,
yeah. Are you ready?
yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back. We're back like we never left. It's coming a little bit late, but better late than never. So I am your humble host, Oluwaseun Winsala, and I have a returnee, the man that is making Klopp leave his post, the man that predicted the future. If people want to place bets on any games, just I'll share his I'll share his details. We have Chike back in the house, our freshly married man in the
Thank
building.
you.
Yeah, round of applause. So
Yeah,
this
thank you.
week,
Thank you.
yeah, this week we would, in our usual fashion, have our weekend review. Then we'll discuss United's game against Villa a little bit. Just touch on it since we have our in-house United fan, the man has who I'm not sure you are really still a fan, but it's just hanging there.
I'm
Then
always
we'll
a fan.
discuss.
Always, I'll always be a fan. I'll always be a fan.
I don't trust
I'll
you.
always be a fan. Yeah.
You always wish us luck. Anyways, then we'll have Super Bowl. Just touch on Super Bowl.
All right.
Then our main topic today will be everything AFCON. My favorite aspect and session. Then we'll touch on a little bit on Champions League games, and we will talk about this very controversial something, the blue card proposal, and end the show with the weekend review. So quickly, just very quickly, we had the PL games last weekend, and it felt like just all the top teams are beginning to rise above the cream. Or what's the word? The cream rising above the water. We have Manchester City streamrolling Everton, Alan with that crazy goal. Fulham 2-0, then Fulham Bournemouth 3-1. Fulham winning that game, which is kind of surprising. Liverpool, yes, surprisingly too, because Bournemouth tend to have caught their form, but it happens. Liverpool, Burnley, usual, nothing surprising there, 3-1. Luton Town, Sheffield United, a little bit surprising there too, because I expected Luton Town to play better at home, but they lost
Mm.
3-1. Tottenham, Brighton, 2-1. That game was, yeah, that game was heartbreaking for Brighton because Tottenham scored at the very last minute to win the game. Wolves, Brentford, and that surprising game. A little bit surprising because I expected Wolves to do better. They lost 2-0. Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, very interesting game, 3-2. Then on Sunday, we had Arsenal demolishing West Ham 6-0. West Ham didn't come to the party at all. Aston Villa beating Manchester United 2-1.
I think Manchester
Then
United beat Aston Villa 2-1.
Sorry. My bad.
After you
My
say I'm
bad.
the one that is hating.
My bad. But I said that I beat Aston Villa too. Actually, I was kind of a little bit distracted because I was thinking that this game was just somehow. But then Crystal Palace, Chelsea, battle of the dreadlocks, black dreadlocks. Chelsea winning that battle 3-1. So which of these games stood out for you?
Oh,
Which
I
one did you
don't.
watch? Which one stood out for you?
I watched quite a few. I watched the City game. I also watched Spurs, Brighton, West Ham, Arsenal, Aston Villa, United.
United.
I watched all those ones. Yeah. I didn't watch the Luton Town game. I didn't watch the Fulham game. I didn't watch the Wolves game. But I agree with you. I expected. I mean, when the difference between Wolves and Brentford, I mean, when you talk about the player personnel, the quality in both teams, there aren't that. There's no difference. I mean,
Yeah,
they're on
you're not
par.
far off. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when results like that happen, I'm not exactly surprised, but just based on the fact that Wolves have been on a better form than Brentford, I think I expected a little better from Wolves, but I won't say I'm really shocked. The same with Luton Town, Sheffield. I mean, these are two teams that are at the bottom of the table. They would have been. I mean, Luton Town would have been in a relegation battle if Everton. I would have been in the relegation zone if Everton hadn't gotten that 10-point deduction. So
Correct.
that one too wasn't surprising per se, but I mean, Luton Town they've been playing a lot better than
At home.
Sheffield by far.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's that. But I mean, for the most part, I like the West Ham Arsenal game. The word I used to describe that was justice, because when both sides met, I think it was on Boxing Day. I want to say
Yes.
Boxing Day.
Yes. Yes.
No, it wasn't Boxing Day. Was after that. So in that game, West Ham had 6 shots, three on target, and two of them were goals. So 3 shots on target, two of them were goals. One was a very sketchy goal, the Thomas Chike one, and I think one was a missed penalty. So they easily could have scored with all three of their shots on target. They had 25% possession, and Arsenal had 30 shots in that game, and they
Yep.
still lost. Yeah, that was David Moyes' first win against the traditional Big Four in his career. So um, I mean, if you look on paper, it felt like West Ham, because remember they had beaten Arsenal in the League Cup. Yeah, so they had beaten Arsenal twice this season, and people felt, oh,
Yes. Yes.
they are going to do some damage. But I mean, if you have watched those games, you know that besides the League Cup game, the Premier League game, Arsenal should have won that game. So this one wasn't surprising at all. Arsenal had 25 shots in total this time around, the same way they dominated. 12 shots on target, scored with 6 of them. To me, it felt like justice for Arsenal, because I still don't understand how they lost the first game at the Emirates.
Mm.
Yeah, but that was that about that.
I don't know why you are sounding nice to us now. I don't know why you are so sympathetic to their plight.
But
Because
you know me, I'm not biased, but I'm not a
I mean, I'm
biased.
biased. I'm biased.
Even though this is a biased podcast.
Yes, I'm very biased, and I guess that's why I cannot be on TV, because I can't imagine being a pundit on TV and having to be very objective. It will not taste well in my mouth. It will not come out natural, because so that
Nah,
game, so this 6-0 game,
mm,
I kind of felt that Arsenal was going to beat West Ham, because West Ham have a lot of injuries, and they are at that point where they've lost form as a team. So I wasn't expecting them to win, but I wasn't expecting them to lose this badly. Like, it was horrible. Like, they gave up. They felt like they gave up, and it didn't feel like a David Moyes kind of team where, okay, you can lose, but keep it tight, keep it sharp, keep it, be very close to your keeper, be very deep. But it was scandalous. It was
yeah,
scandalous.
and what now add again is that, unlike a typical David Moyes team, I think Arsenal scored with I think three of the 6 goals were from set pieces. I might be wrong, but I think,
Yes,
yeah. So it's very unlike a David Moyes team. But like I said, Arsenal, they are in this stage right now where probably a key injury will be the only thing to stop them. They are
yeah,
really on form right now. They've clicked into
yeah.
another gear, and they're becoming very ruthless with their finishing. These are exciting times for their fans. So yeah, it'll be
I,
interesting to
I I
see how
think
how how they can maintain this. Mm.
Yeah, I think they are the most informed team right now, apart from City. I think they've won their last 5 games, if I'm correct, or 4 games. I saw their from charts. I was like,
Mm.
okay, that's interesting. I mean, they're beating teams that they should beat, so it's really interesting how to see how we see the turn of the season, because this is the time where, as a serious club that wants to win the league, you need to win. You need to go one game at a time and ensure that you win. You beat teams. So we'll see. Okay, so my sad back question: how do you feel about Declan Rice not celebrating his goal?
Uh, One thing I will say for sure is that he's a better human being than I am. You
Exactly.
know, he's a better human being than I am because if you can remember, um, so when Arsenal and West Ham met
EFL.
in the EFL, they were booing him because that was at
I
London
remember.
Stadium. They were
Yes.
booing him, and
Yes.
then again in this same game, even though they were behind, they kept on booing him when he got the ball. But I mean, he, they are obviously a club that he holds very dear to his heart. So me, I don't like it. When Welbeck scored against Man United and celebrated, in my mind I was like, please go ahead, though. Please, you've earned the right to
Exactly.
do so. But
Exactly.
I can understand why I can understand why he'll choose not to. I mean, I would have, but yeah, I saw that again. So in the AFCON too, there's in the Mali Ivory Coast game, Nene scored one of the contenders for goal of the tournament against
Yes.
Ivory Coast. That was in the
Yes.
what was in the quarterfinal, and
Yeah.
he didn't celebrate. And in my mind, I'm like, are you crazy? How can you score that
Wait,
kind of goal and
wait,
not celebrate?
why didn't he celebrate?
So I think his parents are from Ivory Coast, but he was just born in Mali.
Let's be
and he
serious
chose
now. What the hell?
and he chose to. So
Please,
I
please,
mean,
please, please,
so I think
please.
he definitely has some Ivory Coast, some Ivorian blood in him. So I
So
think that
you
was why.
so
But
you think
it's so strange to see the Hodge celebration in international
international
football.
stage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something you see in club football, but not
I,
international football. So
well,
yeah.
you think I would naturalize for another country, say let me even say maybe Sri Lanka, I'm playing against Nigeria and I score badass goal. Honestly, I'm running around the pitch like Adebayo, sliding around, fill up my shirts, collecting yellow card. Because so the thing is for me, right? I expect the fans to boo the player, and I also, in the same vein,
I
expect the
don't.
player to celebrate. That's what I
I
want.
don't
That's what
understand.
I want.
I don't understand I don't know about the booing though because it's not as if Declan Rice. I mean, he left for over 100 million. That's some solid money that he brought into West Ham. So
Mm.
what are they booing him for? He brought them
Please,
their
please.
first European title in what was it, 50 years or something. So
Mm.
please.
See, let me tell you, we are making this sport, this football, become soft. Let's just bring back toxicity. This is what makes the sport interesting.
But it's great.
So when I saw how he was like how he refused to celebrate, I was just irritated. I was like, what is this humility about? Like he felt like, again, as I said, I'm biased. I mean, I'm a hater. Just it felt tasteless. It felt like, I don't know, sour in my mouth. Like, oh, Mr. Man, celebrate this goal and move on. Show some passion. Like, you scored, and it wasn't a normal goal. It was a badass goal. Bent the ball well, like into the far corner. Like, excuse me, celebrate. So, as an Arsenal fan, I was just looking at you that why you not celebrating? Like, what the hell? But we are trying to respect Western, and you've left. Anyways, any player, like if Sancho, say in the future Sancho leaves and
Hmm.
he scores against United, please, I want him to slide. I want him to slide. To slide.
I don't know who you're talking about. That person is dead to me.
But he's
I
playing
don't
for
know who
your
that is.
club now. He's
I
playing
don't
for
know
your
who
club.
that is. I don't know.
But he's playing for your club.
I just heard like a blank. I didn't hear any name. So I mean, I don't know who that
He's
is.
playing. He's playing for your club. Currently in your club right now. So for those that don't know, this man is He's more of a Dortmund supporter than a United supporter. So I don't know what I was talking about.
Those,
But I'm not lying. I'm not lying though. I'm not
what was
lying.
that about? What?
You're more a Dortmund supporter than a United supporter.
No, come on. Number
I'm not
one will
lying
always be
now.
United. Number one
Mm.
will always be United. Then then two. The number two spot is shared by three different teams for different reasons. Dortmund, AS Roma because of Totti, and my beloved Enugu Rangers because I
Oh,
come from
I
a,
mean,
a line of proud Rangers fans. So all
okay.
three of them are on the same level, but of course, United is always number one.
Mm. Anyway, so but let's talk about Manchester United beating Aston Villa.
Okay.
How did you feel about that game? How was your emotion? And this was before AFCON and Super Bowl.
I was relieved with the win. I didn't feel like United were going to get the job done, especially after they gave up the equalizer. I'll be very honest. I don't think United's defending has been the best in the past few games. I mean, obviously, the attack is getting the job done, but I think so that the defense. I can't remember the last time we had like a comfortable game. I say probably Wigan. I think that was the last game that I will say, okay, United went through this game without any headache at all.
Any?
Because
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
obviously after Wigan, we drew 2-2 with Spurs. We beat Newport. Newport County, they're in the what was it? They're in League Two. Was it League One or League Two? But definitely not Championship. And they scored 2 goals against us. So it was 4-2. We beat them. Wolves was 4-3. And remember the Wolves
Mm.
game, we had like what I would consider our best half this season, and we still ended up needing a miracle goal by the young kid. What was that his name again? Why am I forgetting his name? Um, it could be Meno, right? So,
Yes.
so when you look at even the West Ham game, so we beat West Ham 3-0. On paper it looks very comfortable, right? But
Yeah.
West Ham they had 22 shot attempts, 22 shot attempts. That's way too much. And this game against Aston Villa, we gave up, what was it, 23 shots, 10 of them on target. And in my
Mm.
opinion, I don't know why Harry Maguire was named man of the match. In my opinion, that was Onana because that was one of his best
Yes.
performances this season.
Yes. 100%.
So,
I agree.
so when
I
when a
agree.
go- when a goalkeeper is getting man of the match, it's not really the best thing. I mean, it's good for a keeper to step up. You understand, and that's what
Mm.
United fans have been waiting for from Onana, and it was good that he did step up. But then, considering 10 shots on target, he had to make lots and lots of saves, throughout that game. He was kept busy, so it was nice to see United get over, to get the job done. I was telling Dotun that the plan B worked. The plan B is obviously McTominay. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that McTominay has moved from being a plan A to being a plan B. I'm very comfortable with him being a plan B because you need something like that as a plan B. I know that was
That's
one
so
of
funny.
the criticisms that some of these Pep Guardiola teams they don't really have. They have a
Yes.
solid plan A that almost always works, but then the
Mm.
plan B is not there. So I'm happy
Mm.
with the United attack. I mean, over the past since the turn of the year, Garnacho has been on good form. Rasmus Højlund has been on fantastic form. He can't stop scoring.
Fantastic. Yes.
Rashford is a bit off and on, but he has the goals and he's
He's
linking up
getting
well
there.
with yeah.
He's warming up. He's
So
warming
it's
up.
looking good. Even Bruno is still losing possession, so that's a bit of a worry. But I feel like with these guys firing now, I think we can see him step it up a notch. And I think all this is thanks to the returning players, the guys that have been injured for a while and now coming back. So it brings a bit of stability in the team. It's a shame
Yeah.
that Martinez is
Nature.
back injured,
Mm. Mm.
but because if he was there, definitely he helps with a lot of things, not just the defense, but also the build-up phase.
Yes.
But yeah, United they look good going forward, but there's still that problem in the defense that
Yeah.
I can't seem to shake.
Speaking of Plan B, Fellaini retired. Was it this week or last week?
Who?
It was last week. Fellaini.
Oh
Juan
yeah,
Fellaini.
yeah. I mean, he's one of those guys that I think. I mean, he got a lot of stick, unfair stick, but
To you,
in
how did you feel is time at United? What was your? Because I wasn't sure how you felt because I know a lot of people, mutual friends. I know how each one of them their opinion about Fellaini at United. But for you, what was it for you on record?
Mm, so you remember this? You know, Illblaze famous. Illblaze, the rapper, now, he famously said, "You cannot be more than what you are." So he got brought into a club where that was way above his level. I mean, he's a good footballer, he's a fine footballer on his day, but to carry Fellaini to Man United, it's a transfer that never should have happened in the first place. And
No, yes.
I think he did what he could. He was an easy target for criticism and all those things, and it didn't really affect him. I think the one person that made the most of his ability, surprisingly, wasn't the Moyes that brought him in, but it was Louis Van Gaal.
Was it Van Gaal?
Yeah, yeah, but I remember there was this combo that worked for a very long time with Louis Fellaini and Ashley Young. It was a very solid combo. I
Yes, yes,
remember,
I
remember
remember.
there was
Yes.
there was this Manchester derby we won 4-2, and
Mm.
I think he scored. Okay, I think Chris Smalling scored twice. Fellaini scored once. I can't remember who scored again. But Fellaini did the best he could. There's sometimes I just look at these players. I'm like, this is just bad. This is just a transfer that never should have happened. But at least he did the best he could. It's not like
Mm.
Anthony now that I know. Okay, Anthony is also a transfer that never should have happened. But Anthony is very bad. It's like he's really terrible. But Fellaini had those games where he rescued United. I think you can remember all those headers now, where
Yep.
Fellaini just pops up,
Just
wins the
come in
game or
and
gets
come
it
come
done.
and
Even
score.
under Jose
Yeah.
Mourinho too, because Mourinho knew how to use him as well. So those two
Very
guys
well.
fit in
Yes.
well. But again, he's someone that I feel was not. He definitely shouldn't have been at a club like Manchester United. But you know, that's that's in the past. I wish him all the best. Like I
Mm.
said, United, they are all United fans or football fans in general. They like scapegoating, and
Yeah.
he was an easy target for all that.
So speaking of Fellaini and speaking of Plan B, back to McTominay. I've been
Mm.
hearing some rumors. I've been hearing some pundits murmuring about McTominay benching Bruno because obviously Bruno is not his flashy self right now. He's not playing badly, but it's not that person that is playing those crossfield passes, or scoring atrocious goals, or making assists and the like. But they're like, because McTominay is coming from the bench to score and goals win games, so some pundits have suggested that Bruno be benched for McTominay, which I don't understand where that is coming from. But what's your take? I want to see. I want to hear from our experts.
I don't think this one ever requires an expert, which I've not thought. I don't think this
Joking.
one ever requires. There is no manager on the face of the earth that is worth his salt, that is going to bench Bruno for McTominay. First of all, McTominay cannot do what Bruno. First of all, they're like two different midfielders, two different
Yes.
roles. When so if you look at the last two games where McTominay has come in as a sub, right? Against Wolves. I don't know about the West Ham game. I can't remember if he came in against West Ham, but against Wolves and against Aston Villa, if you look at his heat map in those two games, he's actually further up ahead than
Yes.
Rasmus Højlund.
Yes.
This is
So you came
someone
in.
who's
So you came in as a striker. Mm.
he came in to look for goals. If you check the heat map against Chelsea, because he scored twice against Chelsea, he started that game. I think that game was after the Brentford game, where he look at all those games. His average position, look at the heat map. Most of them, they're either at the same level as Hoyland or he's
Or ahead.
ahead of
Mm.
Hoyland. There is no, I don't think I need to explain this, but there is no way anybody will bench Bruno for McTominay, because they do totally different things. Totally different things.
Okay. Okay.
Not something
Old.
that
Oh,
makes
oh.
sense.
Yeah. Old that thought, right? So let me jog your memory. Remember when we got Bruno? Bruno too. His map was ahead too, right? It was moving towards the striker territory. So are we seeing a reborn of Bruno tactics in McTominay?
No, 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 no. So Bruno, there are different ways that we use Bruno. First of all, one of the reasons why Bruno was even ahead was, well, I guess for the same reason as McTominay, because he was very comfortable in the final third in terms of, okay, very comfortable in front of goal. He could score goals, but then he was also very creative. So he had to like drop back and do all those things. The few games when he was used as like a false nine or he was very high up ahead was maybe because uh, Anthony Martial was injured in that, those
Injured.
periods. Yeah, we didn't really have striking options during that era. I mean, there was Cavani, but Cavani too also had
Injury
fitness issues.
problems.
Yeah, so that was when Bruno was pushed up for. But Bruno is more comfortable in that hole. It's like an old school Wayne Rooney where that sits behind the striker and gives all those passes. I don't think. Please don't even compare. Don't insult Bruno. I know Bruno might not be. Bruno is someone that divides opinions because of how wasteful he is, and I agree. I agree that he needs an upgrade, at least in the next 2 3 years, or even if possible soon, he might need that upgrade. But please, let's be,
uh,
let's be serious.
so did you watch City's game?
Which one of them? The win against Everton.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I caught some of it. I didn't watch everything, but I watched this. I think I joined in from the second half,
Did you
which was
see
when the goals.
that Alan? Yeah, second goal, Alan's second goal.
Yeah, I mean, he bullied. What was that his name? The Braithwaite was
Yeah,
that Braithwaite
yeah,
that
Bridget.
likes
Yeah,
bullied him. He showed him who. He showed him that body pass body.
really
Yet,
that body. So
mm,
someone was telling me that Braithwaite should have been stronger than that. I'm like, no, it's not possible because they are both running at a very fast pace, and the way Alan took the ball, he took the ball inside because I think that should be a good striking lessons for people who want to be kids that want
yeah,
to be a striker in the future. When you get that kind
mm,
of ball, don't go wide because if you go wide, it makes the defender have like one space pace. Then two, you are going away from the post, from the goal post, and it's easy to tackle you. But you took the ball towards him, and it's still between him and the ball. So there's no way Braithwaite would have gotten the ball without committing a foul. And they were both running at a very fast pace. And Holland
yeah, much
is a
stronger.
machine. He's stronger, man. The guy tumbled. I was like, what? Like honestly, I felt that pass was a wrong pass, but knowing who they passed the ball to, I was like, okay, maybe we can do something with it. And it reminds me of, I know, don't laugh, but it reminds me of the same kind of play, a position Lukaku should be occupying. And I felt like it was very similar kind of situation, like throw the ball up front, let the striker, big, strong striker, get the ball and see what he can do with it. So I felt like when the KDB passed up, I was like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. And it happened. And
Yeah,
it was, it made me jealous. It made me jealous, man.
there are some players that just there are some things they do and there's there's no need to like overanalyze.
I
There's no need to
swear.
have overanalyze. I mean, it's Haaland, so
It's a lot. It just,
Kevin De Bruyne pass, Haaland finish. No need
yeah,
to overanalyze.
straightforward, man.
You can't blame Braithwaite. I beg.
I
Let's
was
see.
like, wait, why did KDB pass the ball like this? Why did he pass the ball to this guy? I was like, okay, let's see. And I saw my girl on the floor. I was like, wow. And he placed the keeper,
We've
man.
seen we've
He placed it.
obviously I'm not comparing both of them, but there's this goal that Rasmus Højlund scored in the Champions League. I think it was against Galatasaray. I think it was away at Galatasaray that he picked up the ball from like
Yes,
halfway,
halfway line. Yes, and he drove. Yeah,
so
yeah,
things like that. I loved how strong he looked. You get all
yes,
those guys. So
yes.
I mean, when you look at the build of the striker in question, and I think you're right to mention Lukaku. The only thing about Lukaku that would have filled in there was just his touch. But in terms of physicality, I think he had everything there to score goals, to be scoring goals
Yes,
like that. But Haaland's touches too, they are very good. This and
yes,
it's an
yes.
underrated quality that he has. People don't
Yeah.
mention that, his
Mm.
touches. So there's that.
I feel like if Lukaku, like say in that kind of position, if he just gets his touch right, you're in trouble. That's
Yeah,
just pray as a defender and as
yeah,
a defense that Lukaku doesn't touch the ball right. If he gets that touch right, you're in trouble. Like you cannot stop him. And the only thing that can stop him, maybe him kicking the ball out himself. But yeah, but most times, like let's say 8 out of 10, when he gets the ball right, he's gonna score. Because I've seen him do that many times. Anyways, yes, this is a controversial time. Super Bowl. First things first. One of the first arguments you and I had, I don't know if you can remember. You told me that Super Bowl is more interesting. Not Super Bowl. NFL is more interesting than football. Regular football. I don't know if you remember.
I'm not sure those are the words, but I know I think I know what I said. And let me. So what I said was NFL, the football, American football, is tactically more advanced than any other sport, and it's something I stand by. There is no other
I don't remember
sport.
you. I don't remember you telling me that. Though.
No. Probably what I said was when it comes to tactics, because I'm always specific about that. There is no sport on this earth that comes close to American football in terms of just pure tactics alone. Enjoyment and all those things, those ones are subjective now. I mean, I enjoy watching the NFL a lot more than regular football. That's just me. But I don't think I'll say, but in terms of tactics or strategy and tactics, there's no question. Anyone who understands both sports will say the same thing. Trust me.
Maybe one day I'll go and check. I'll go and check my tweets because I remember I kept it. I kept it in my mind. I was like, this guy one day I'll bring it out. I'll go and check again. I was like, what? Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure you.
No, I didn't see that. I enjoy, like personally, I enjoy because if that's what I said, I still stand by it.
No. If it's I, then I won't be arguing tonight. His opinion now, like yeah. But you said something that in the line of, I will have to go for it. I have to. People that don't know us, we go way back.
Of course.
I have to go and check. I have to go and dig my archive for you. Anyways, I'm sure you watched. So just a recap, like I had my friends come around, a few of my friends come around for that Sunday.
Nice,
we had
nice.
so started from morning, Eastern time, American time. It was 11:30, the United game, then AFCON 3 o'clock, then Super Bowl 6:30. So it was the whole day, like from morning to midnight extra because of overtime. By the time I finished, I was so tired. I was tired because I was running in and out to get people in, give them access, get food, refreshments, ensuring everybody was okay. I was really tired. Like this week has been crazy for me. So like, and I worked on Saturday, so it was just like back to back. But it was a slow time. I really enjoyed it. And the teams I wanted to win, 2 out of 3. I mean, which is not bad. So that was my Sunday. But for Super Bowl, how was it for you? How did you watch it, and where did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched that one. It was too late. It started around like 1 p.m. So I mean, I didn't want to be out here. So, but I mean, it went the way I thought it would because 49ers are the better team.
Yes.
They are the better team. Anyone who watches it will agree with you. In fact,
yes.
In Vegas, on DraftKings, any of all these sports book, they have 49ers winning.
Yeah.
The thing now is that Chiefs just happen to have a psycho playing QB named Mahomes.
Yeah.
And one of my rules I tell people that I always want to bet, please don't be that person to bet against Mahomes, especially in the playoffs, especially in the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying he's invincible and he can never lose. After all, we've seen people that we consider top players losing big
games.
We've seen Cristiano Ronaldo has lost the Champions League final before. He lost it to Messi. Messi has lost the World Cup before, to Germany. We've seen who again?
Mbappe.
Mbappe lost as well. We've seen even Tom Brady himself has lost. He has lost Super Bowl before. LeBron James, the greatest of this modern era, after he has lost 6 finals. You understand? Curry has lost 2 finals. You get so. These guys, I'm not saying they're invincible and they can never lose, but please don't be the person to go and put your money against them. You get I know over the past few days we've been seeing debates about who is the GOAT. Is it Brady or is it Mahomes? You know, all those things. And obviously, me, I'm a Brady guy. I'm a Patriots fan. So uh, Brady is responsible for all the joy I experienced for close to 2 decades because I didn't start
Mm.
watching and I didn't start following the Patriots when Tom Brady just joined the league or just started winning Super Bowls. I'm going to be honest. I'm
You're
not,
very
but
lucky.
yeah, but I enjoyed a lot of wins with Brady on the center. You get so um, one key criteria when you're talking about the greatest of all time conversation, and it's not just about American sports. It's not just sports. In fact, it's in anything you're talking about. When you talk about the greatest of all time, longevity has to be
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is Jay-Z considered the greatest rapper of all time? Is because of that
You're still
longevity.
doing it.
You
Yeah.
get all those things. You can't just come out and say Drake is the greatest. Drake has done well, but has Drake been there for what was it, 25 years, 20 years rapping?
So far that Jay-Z is still in that business,
You
Jake will still
get
have to like relax a little bit.
you get
Yeah.
all those kind of things. The same in
Mm.
football. And when we saw Lionel Messi play, like around that kind 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, everybody knew this Messi guy. This is
He
we
has
are watching the
potential.
greatest of you get we are watching the greatest of all time, but we couldn't call him the greatest. I know people called him the greatest too, but we couldn't really call him the greatest because he had not had that longevity yet, and
Mm.
he had not let's say won the World Cup. You understand? But people we
Mm.
knew that what we are watching is out of this world. So I think it's the same with Mahomes. Mahomes has
Wait,
all
sorry. I'm
all
sorry to cut you short.
okay.
I still don't think Messi is the greatest of all time. Me, Sha. I'm a hater. I am biased.
Mm,
So, but
well,
continue.
thank you
Continue.
for saying you're a
Continue.
hater and
Continue.
you get, but please, Messi is the greatest. Please
So
let's
yeah,
let's
easy
behave
people's
ourselves.
easy people's opinions. But okay,
Let's behave ourselves.
let's go back to
Uh,
Super Bowl.
so anyway, so for the Super Bowl, Mahomes has all the physical attributes. In fact, even the mental attributes to be the greatest of all time. In fact, he even has the
Mm.
resume because he has been in the league what now? I think 5 years, and he has been to
Mm-hmm.
three Super Bowls, won two, lost one. You get so. I mean, he has the making of the greatest. But Tom Brady played 20 years. You get. Sorry, no. Tom Brady played 23 years, or was it 22? 23 or 22 years. You understand? Mahomes has played 5. Someone can just play 5 years and say he's the greatest. You get. But
But he's won three, right?
no, he has won two. He has been to three Super Bowls. He has won two. And the person that beat him, the one loss he has at the Super
Two?
Bowl, no, he has been to
Oh,
three Super Bowls. He has lost one, won two.
ah, okay.
And the two he won were against 49ers.
Against yes, I remember now. Yeah, I
The
remember.
one,
Yes.
the one he lost was to Tom Brady. So Tom Brady will always have that
He has three. He has
above
three
him.
Super Bowls.
No, no, no. I'm saying he has been to three, but he has lost one, won two.
Are you sure?
Ah, yes.
Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes has been to three Super Bowls. He won the first
Mm,
one against 49ers. He lost the second
yes.
one to Buccaneers and Tom Brady.
Yes.
Then the third
Yes.
one, which was last weekend, he won that one. So he has been to
He
three.
has won three. Oh, he has won three. Oh, he has
Um,
won three. Oh.
my brother, this is my bread and breakfast. Please, who are the three people that he beat?
Okay. Hold on. Let me check. Cause hold on. So
Please,
he played
and you can cut this part out so
49ers.
that he okay.
He
Uh-huh.
played 49ers. He beat them,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Then hold on. No. Then he played Eagles.
Buccaneers. No. He okay, sorry. He has won three. He has won three,
Yeah.
one lost one. Sorry, that's my
Yes.
mistake.
Yes.
He has
Yes.
lost,
Yes.
yeah. So he lost one. Sorry, that was my mistake. So he
Yes. He
lost
lost
one.
one
That was
to
to Tom Brady.
Tom
He has
Brady.
won
Yeah.
three, yeah, he has won three, yeah. So again, I think he has all the makings of being the greatest, but Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls.
Seven. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's still
So
far. It's
he
still
has
far.
won seven. He went to 10 Super Bowls. He lost three, won
Yeah.
seven.
That's
Mahomes
crazy.
Mahomes has Well, not up to half of it, but three. But like I said, I think when Mahomes gets to that stage, when Mahomes gets to a certain point in his career where he outdoes Brady with the career and everything, I don't think people need to. I don't think it needs to be an argument because
You see it. You
for a
show
very long
working.
time, yeah, for a very long time, Tom Brady was an argument to is Tom Brady the greatest? People had Peyton Manning ahead of him. People had
Yes.
all those guys ahead. Uh, yeah, so they had plenty people ahead of him. You get, well, not plenty, just had like two guys ahead of him. But Tom Brady, after 2015, 2017, those two Super
Just,
Bowls against the
just left all
Seahawks
of them.
and against the Falcons, he just gave a huge gap between himself and them. And um, credit to Mahomes, he has everything. Like I said, he has everything. It's just um, the longevity is the only thing now because I'll tell you one thing about sports in general. Things might be looking very good for you when you start,
Right
and then
now. Yes.
you might have a very. I mean, when Pep won that Champions League with Barcelona,
Barcelona.
the
And he
second
came
one,
back again and won it again. Yeah.
yeah, everybody thought this guy is
This
bread and
guy
butter.
will
For
kill everybody.
this guy is going to be winning it. You see that it took him, what was it, 12 years to win the next one.
Yep. Yep.
You guys,
Yep.
so it happens like that. It
Mm.
happens. But I won't lie to you. That guy, what I'm seeing, that guy is a magician. Oh man,
He is.
he
He
is.
is.
Yeah.
And in that game, I felt like it was so the first half was tactical battle. Like it was really tight because I was like, this is a very low scoring half. Like what's going on? Like it was just like very landlocked. Like everyone was just like then second half things just changed. And that mistake where Fortnite has made with that block, that one was when everything went down. Like it felt like they just lost their confidence. And in sports, like it's always like that where you're in a very good part, mentally you're okay, then something just happens and you're like, oh, yeah, we're about to lose this. You can feel it. And I feel that's point where there was that block. That's when everything else went down really for them. Then
Like
the
I think you should remember when I said that this game is the most tactically advanced game there is,
yeah.
right? There's one key error that they made, and it happened in overtime. So
Yes.
I don't want to get. I don't. This is a football. This is like a football slash what people call soccer podcast. I don't want to get deep into it, but in overtime, it makes a huge difference whether you decide to kick the
Go
ball
first.
or
Yeah.
receive the ball.
Yeah.
And the 49ers, they elected to go first, like you said, to receive the ball,
Yeah.
and that was a very very huge error.
Grievous mistake. I was surprised too. I
Yeah,
was
and
surprised.
it pains me because some of their players said they didn't understand the overtime rules. And in my mind, I'm like, me, I'm in Nigeria and I've never been to Yankee. I've never played. In fact, I've never even. I would say, okay, the most I've done is like flag football, but I've never like played actual anything. But me myself, I know the rules. You understand?
But
I
wait,
know
apparently they said they changed the rule this year.
they changed the rules 3 years ago, and it got implemented at the start of last season, not even this season. It got implemented at the start of last season. That's when the new rule got implemented.
Mm.
And that new rule was implemented for something similar, right? And
Yes.
so, but regardless of whether the rules were changed or not, in fact, even if you did change the rule,
Yeah.
they should have known. These are professional footballers. These are professional artists that paid
Wait, wait,
hundreds
wait,
of
wait,
millions of
wait,
dollars.
wait, wait. So I'm trying to remember the sequence now. When the ref explained the rules, right? Was it before the coin toss? I'm trying to remember. Was it before the
No,
coin toss or after the
no,
coin toss?
the referee doesn't explain the rules. He just
But
explains what
it just
happens
said it. Yeah.
when you win the coin. No, 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 no. So that no, what the referee explains is it's just like when I flip a coin, I'll tell you, okay, heads, you're deciding to kick. If normal in regular football we have that too. If you
Yeah.
win a coin toss, right, and you
Pick
elect
side.
to kick off, the other person will now say, okay, we want to start at this side.
Yes.
That is all. So it's the same thing that happened there. The referee will say heads or tail. Tails, okay, that means you have won the toss. What do you want to do? You say you want to kick. Okay, this other team that lost the coin toss, where do you want to start, here or there? That's all the ref does. Referee's job is not to explain the whole. Have you seen the NFL rule? That thing, I tried to read that thing one time. It's close to maybe like 400 and something pages. You get? That's
but,
not
but,
a
but, but
referee
wait,
job
wait, wait,
now.
but wait. I'm trying to remember because I think maybe it's the commentators that said it, but I think the ref said like he told them that when you get to the end zone, the other and you score, the other team has a chance to reply. Then the third play will be what determines the game.
But my brother, first of all, the referee didn't say that. But second of all, is that the referee does not have to say that. You
Mm.
get, he does not have to say that. It's just like, so what's happened, for example, is like, remember when, remember golden goal, right? Remember what
Yes,
golden goal?
yes,
So just imagine now that we have the normal extra time. So
yeah.
if I score in extra time, the game still goes on until the was on the 120th minute when
Clock
both
send, yeah.
after the 30 minutes extra time is done. Then
Mm.
whoever is leading by that time goes, wins the game. If it's tied, they'll go to penalties. But
Penalty
just
kick.
imagine now they say, okay, we are going to be introducing something new called the golden goal rule, where if someone scores, forget the golden goal. I think the best explanation itself is the silver goal. So remember, silver goal was that if you are leading in extra time by halftime, the game will end there.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So just imagine if, let's say, Man United Aston Villa was 1-1. It went to extra time, and Aston Villa scored in the 95th minute of extra time now, and you are leading. And instead of Man United to like start pushing
To score.
for an equalizer, they just relax and say, let's take it to the second half. Second half, we'll now bring in McTominay and probably snatch it, a draw. And then when it now gets to halftime
Yeah, like
of
give it to
extra
Tom.
time,
Give
they
them finish
they now
show.
say game has finished because silver goal. And the players will say, silver goal, when the silver goal come? You say you'll be like, are you crazy? You get, so that's it's something exact. Just imagine something similar happened. You get, was a
That's funny.
huge. They didn't know that, okay, kicking the ball will have been an advantage for them. You get,
Mm.
instead they decided to receive the ball,
See the ball. That
and
was crazy.
that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
And
It was funny because even we that watched the game, we knew about the rule quickly. Like, okay, this has been
yeah,
the
everybody was saying, if you look at all those like mic top, NFL, they do this like mic
yes,
top where,
yeah.
and most of the players were like, oh, they didn't know about this rule. They'll be like, oh, we didn't know about this. And in my mind, I'm
Or
like, first of all, your coach, first of all, your coach should have a strategy for extra time. Should the game get
yes,
to extra time?
yes.
Second of all, you have paid hundreds of millions of dollars. Please, just shut up.
I
If you
feel
don't
like
do
it was
things,
just a cop out here, but anyways, it was a good game. I wanted my homes to win. I wanted the Chiefs to win, and they won. So 2 out of 3, my prediction. But Nigeria, yeah. Let's talk about AFCON. My
all
favorite
right.
part of the show. First of all, I feel like personally, I think this edition of AFCON is the best I've watched, and in terms of TV, I won't say TV because I didn't get the best experience on TV because of who they sold the rights to in the US, but gameplay, how the teams played, how the minor teams demolished. No, I won't say demolished, but kicked out the powerhouses. How the history, different types of history were made this edition, and um, some of the stars shown, but not fully. Like that's only asterisk. But all in all, the gameplay, the field wasn't that good. I didn't like the field in the final. I didn't like it. But all in all, I felt like I was satisfied with this edition. So, what do you think, and how do you feel about this year's Afcon?
Uh, I'm with you on that. I think it was. I feel it was the best I've seen so far. Um, there are different from the storylines to like the great goals to the minor teams, um, upsetting the bigger ones. And I think there's a growing trend in almost all international competitions. I didn't watch the Asian Cup, but people whose opinion I respect highly, they've said this
Mm,
Asian Cup was very fantastic. It's probably one of the best, but it certainly was very entertaining. Um, Obviously, we all watched the men's World Cup.
yes.
The sentiment there was that that was the best World Cup ever.
Mm.
Even though I know the 2018 World Cup in Russia too was
It was very spectacular. Yeah.
fantastic as well, but
Yeah.
everybody said, "Ah, no, this World Cup is the best." You get, Obviously, I watched the Women's World Cup. I followed it closely, and the sentiment there too was that this is the best World Cup as well. I think we're seeing that the most of the tournaments are now opening it up to quote unquote the smaller teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that when you look at what we call the smaller teams, they've actually closed the gap to between them and the teams in the tiers above them. So let's say in tier one in football, in world football, you have Argentina, you have Germany, you have Spain, you have an England, Italy, in France. Then in tier two, that's when you have teams like let's say uh, in tier two, who will I put now in tier two? Um, Maybe like Uruguay, teams like that. You have teams like that in the tier two. You get
Mm.
then, of course, in in tier three, you now start having teams like, let's say, in Nigeria, an Ivory Coast, a Japan, a South Korea. All those teams in tier four. So on and so forth. You get. But I think one thing that has happened over the past few years is not just the one tournament thing, is that the gaps between all these teams are starting to close. You get so most teams that just go onto the pitch and think they're just going to,
Steamroll them. Mm-hmm.
steamroll the opponents, they're in for like a rude awakening. You get so it's something that we saw at the World Cup. You saw how far Morocco made it to. I mean, they went to the semifinals. They knocked out teams like Spain. They knocked out Portugal. They even beat France in the group stage. So yeah, they beat France in the group stage, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I mean, you see teams like that. You see Japan. Japan beat Germany. Beat Spain as well. Japan, I think before the Asian Cup, they were on a run of something like 8 games in a row or 9 games in a row, something very ridiculous. Even after the World Cup, where they beat Germany, was it 5-1, and that led
Mm.
to the sacking of what was the name of this guy, former Bayern coach that looks like he has murdered someone, Fist Hans Flick, right?
Let's pick, yeah.
That guy looks like he has murdered someone before. He looks like all this. He looks like all these billions that Jack Bauer hunts in 24. Anyway, so I think we saw that at the World Cup, and then we saw that in the Nations Cup as well. People like Cape Verde.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're surprised by what Cape Verde did, I mean, you probably haven't been following African
Following
football.
football, yeah, yeah.
Because I think they got out of the group stage in the last AFCON as well. You get the team I even expected to be here this AFCON was Comoros, because those guys have been making like a lot of
Yes,
progress. You get
yes.
so it's happening a lot. Equatorial Guinea, before the tournament, I told people that they were the ones that are going to go the furthest, even though Guinea was the most established team. And Guinea went the furthest. I wasn't right, but for the group stage, I know Equatorial Guinea, they really shocked the world. So it's a
Mm.
product of, I think a lot of these teams have put a lot into the infrastructure, even Mauritania as well. They won a game at the AFCON for the very first time, and not only did they win, they also went to the knockout stage for the first time. Their coach actually was the former coach of Comoros at the last AFCON, Amir Abdul. So
Oh,
yeah, so there are like
I didn't know that.
there are lots of good storylines. For a lot of reason, I I agree with everybody. It was the best AFCON I've seen, and it was a shame that
Nigeria,
That Nigeria, how am I calling
you say Manchester. Oh yeah, oh,
that
yeah,
Nigeria couldn't get the job done that day. It was a shame, but I think Ivory Coast, they're well deserved winners.
yes, yeah.
You can't knock them for winning it.
Mm. And I feel like again from that semi-final, like when we won that semi-final, I was satisfied because I expectations weren't there for us to win the tournament, and as the way that we played, I don't think the good, like I won't say good, but I want to say that people that follow football would have expected us to win with the way we played from the beginning to the end of the tournament. Because you cannot tell me you'll be that defensive and play against a team that is very expansive and that use the wing very well. Because one of the few things, one of the few attacking routine to defend, very difficult to defend against is wing play, because then we are shifting people side to side, and it's just a cross, a small touch, wins just ends up in the goal, and that's exactly what happened with Sebastian Allah's goal, because it was just he turned my dear Aina, turned him to Amala. He turned him, and there was a
Uh,
cross in, stretch, boom, go. So I felt like, because from that first goal, the goal that we scored, I was telling my friends that how have we scored? How are we leading in this game when we've played absolutely nothing? We've played no football in this game, and we're leading 1-0. And I was like, yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. And I felt like the Ivorians, they stood up, they were ready to play. There was just one team ready to play, another not wanting to play. They were like prepared mentally for the game. And I think I won't say we weren't prepared mentally again, because of the way we played. That's the way we know how to play at this moment. So it was just a matter of, okay, let's see if we can ride our luck to the end to see if we can, push the envelope. But I mean, the gods of football were not with us that day, and yeah, we lost, unfortunately. I mean, I wasn't sad. I'm not sad. I'll have been sad if we lost to South Africa. That would have paid me more. That would have paid me more. Yeah, for obvious reasons. I said in my other previous episode, because of water. You cannot take water and not take football too. No, you have to pick one. You have to pick one. You have to pick one. But yeah, and so what's your opinion about the way people are piling on Iwobi?
so it's cowardice. It's a bad habit that's it's not just limited to, it's not just Nigerians. We see it a lot in um in football Twitter, where people don't know where to draw the line between like banter and like online bullying. Um, I think what we saw is, I mean, that was just straight up BS. See, passionate sports fans sometimes they cross the line into online bullying, like I said, and they use this their passion as like an excuse for harmful behavior.
Yeah.
And it's bad because these are humans you're dealing with, right? And they are pretty much just tarnishing the enjoyment of sports for everyone involved. So I mean, it's important to remember that sports should unite people in
Yes.
healthy competition rather than like serve as a platform for negativity and abuse. Um, a- and again, Iwobi wasn't even bad. That's just
It
my problem.
wasn't. That's what was even paining me. Like I would understand that. Not like I will understand. I'm not like I will agree to that bullying. But Iwobi was like, I would say one of the few most important players in this tournament for us. And people,
Yeah,
I don't know what people don't see. People don't see it. I guess they want flashy football, but you have to
it's not.
understand the team the guy is playing in.
Yeah, so so first of all, this is what I believe. I believe that anyone, so for starters, right, forget the abuse now. Anyone criticizing Iwobi for a poor performance, first of all, I honestly believe doesn't understand the game on a very high
Yes,
level.
hundred
Because
percent.
what we played, right, was a two-man midfield, right? Was Frank Onyeka and Iwobi.
It would be,
And
yes.
Iwobi was meant to be like a holding midfielder, or also like a box to box. He has never done that. He has never played that role in his career. At
In
least
their
not
entire
not
career that we know of.
at least not on senior level. Because
Yes,
maybe junior level, I don't know. Obviously, I didn't watch Iwobi as a kid, but on the senior level, definitely not at Arsenal, not at Everton, not at Fulham right now. In fact, he's either he's playing on the wings or So, and Jose Mourinho said something a very long time ago that when he got to England, it was like most teams play a 4-4-2, or they play two
yes,
players in the middle, and he said
yes,
he's never ever going to do to a team playing two in the middle because he will always have three and he
three,
will
yeah,
always have the numerical advantage. And
yes,
against lots of the teams that we played against at the AFCON. we had that disadvantage in midfield, and if you he reflected a lot on our possession. So I don't think we had any game above 50% possession, none
No,
whatsoever.
I don't think so. I
Yeah,
don't
or
think
we
so.
made the most of what we had. I mean, things were going on smoothly. So um, I also jokingly, right after the final, I jokingly tweeted that was even before this Iwobi stuff happens. Yeah, I just jokingly tweeted that if I'm Iwobi, that the first thing I would do on Monday morning is to sue Jose Posero because they didn't like make use of his best qualities.
At
And
all.
he will be someone that is very selfless. Anything you ask Iwobi to do, he will
You
do
do
it.
it too.
Play 10, play
It's
as a
not
winger, play
in
wing back,
Fulham. Yeah, just train around in Fulham, like
everything.
play everywhere. Yeah,
And Dotun made a point that Iwobi has for Nigeria, he even has more caps than Okocha. He has 76
yes,
caps, Okocha has 73. You get so only in the history of Nigeria, just six players have um,
more caps than him.
more caps than him. Musa, Enyama, Yobo, Mikel, Kanu, and Lawa, Mudashiru Lawa, not Garba Lawa. You get so these are the only six players that have more caps than him. So he's someone that has always made himself available for the Super Eagles. Anytime you call him, he's always
He's
there.
coming.
Whatever he needs to do, whatever he's been asked to do. There are lots of players. If you tell them go and play this position, they'll say no, make I dey bench, I beg, I cannot go spoil
Pogba,
ball. You
Pogba,
get, and it's painful
Pogba,
because this is
Pogba.
what
I can let Pogba now. I said Pogba. You know what I can let it.
Pogba, my guy. So you get this is what happened to Yakubu Aigbeni. We
Yes.
bullied him.
Yeah.
Igalo retired because of the same thing. Daniel Ekpe, Maduka Okoye, we did the same to Francis Ozoho. You get
Yeah.
so like I said, there is like a constructive criticism because me, I'm not going to lie and say, oh, I never see the bad word about like
Any
Ozoho,
player.
like
Mm-hmm.
Francis Ozoho. I've always said, and I'll still stand on it. I always said Ozoho shouldn't be starting for Super Eagles. Why? Not because of ability or anything, but because for a very long time he was the second slash third choice for his club. This season he has played just 4 games for his club side. So I see no reason why he should have been starting because there's a difference between being fit and being match fit. And you see that a lot. He wasn't match fit because I mean it's four games in 6 months and you want to now
That's
go for a
crazy.
tournament.
That's
It's too
crazy.
small, you get. So I always felt that United, what am I saying United, that Nigeria needed another option, which we got and it paid off, you get.
Put up
So
well.
so yeah, I criticize Ozoho, but you get it has to be constructive, not that
Yeah.
oh retire or I even
Die.
saw
Oh,
I saw some news about so they went from harassing JJ and harassing Iwobi. They went
ah,
to JJ's daughter and they were commenting on her IG page, telling
ah,
her
ah.
to tell her father to stop using his influence to get Iwobi into the senior team or to the
What?
national team. You get so
That's crazy.
these are lines you just don't cross. You get like I said, we have lots of passionate fans, but we need to know where to draw the line. And I keep on saying your criticism has to be constructive. Let it just be what is happening on the pitch alone. Forget their
Mm.
private lives. What was the name of the Yemoli? What was the name of that online influencer that was that took like a video of Iwobi's Instagram page and was like, that's his page. No picture of him or training, no video of him training. Now
Ah,
just
ah.
flex. Yes, now.
Are you
So
serious?
yes, now. So you get so those are so when you see things like and when he posted that, that's like filled the whole thing because he has lots of followers, and then people now started saying, not true. This will be nice point game for us. You get this mob mentality. You get, and the thing is that our last 2 games where they removed Iwobi, we considered right after removing him.
Yes.
You
That's like his
get,
point. It's
so
like
that
honestly, I kind of believe like between him and Onyeka, they're like the two important players that need to play. Like I'm like it's really painful because if he had played badly, I'm like maybe they have not that they have a point, but I'm like, but this guy is like working. Like when they removed him against South Africa, they scored us. I remember that one vividly. Like I was like,
yeah.
there was I don't know.
This game too now, Sebastian Haller's goal came in after he got
Yes,
him.
after
Yeah.
they got him off. That's
So
crazy.
it was annoying. It just brought it. sort of tainted what was actually a good outing.
Yeah,
I have my reservations about the tactics and against and about the way the squad was. Our squad wasn't fresh enough.
yeah,
Iwobi was always gassed up by the 70th minute because he
yes,
was asked to
yes.
do too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Osimhen as well was was asked to do too
Too
much,
much.
and
Yeah.
this guy did that. Like these guys, they kept on running for the team, all those things. So like I said, I have my reservations about a lot of things, but at the end of the day, getting to the semi-finals or getting to the finals,
Final.
that was a good outing with
Mm.
a good chance. If those guys weren't the host, I'm very sure that 1-0 would have seen it out. But
Yeah, nothing it out. Yeah,
Ivory
yeah,
Coast, they are a very resilient side, and
yeah.
if I was a neutral, I think I would have been happy with the way it went because
Yeah.
for Sebastian Haller to overcome cancer
Kazan
and
now scored the
now be
winning
the
goal.
yeah, I think that was
Mm.
fine ending to a fine story. So I mean, all the best to them. To be interesting to see how Nigeria goes forward
Move
because
on. Yeah.
we have an AFCON next year. The next AFCON is going to be next year in Morocco.
I'm sorry.
Qualifiers.
Why is it coming so quickly again? Because I'm
So
really
this one,
confused.
this one should have been last year. That's why it's called AFCON 2023, not AFCON 2020. So it should
Oh,
have been last year. Was pushed to this, but it's always
why?
in odd years.
Yes,
So
yes.
if like 2020, 2019, we had 2019 on schedule. Then the 2021, we had it in 2022, was it? And that was because of we had the 2021 edition in 2022. That was the year Senegal won it. And if you can remember, Senegal won it in January. Then there was the World Cup in December. You get
Mm.
so, and that one was pushed forward because of I think it was a combination of things. No. So that was because of COVID. So it was meant to be in 2021. So there was still like the lockdown and all those things. So they pushed it to 2022. There was
Mm.
still like lockdown concerns, partial closure of stadiums, all those things. So they pushed it to 2022.
Mm.
And so this 2023 one now they pushed it to 2024. So they just want to have 2025 and then we'll now revert to the normal all year
Mm.
interval. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay. Yeah, apparently, Nigerian fans couldn't get tickets to attend the game. So if you notice, I don't know if you saw the crowd, you see some Nigerians right in the middle of where the Ivorians were. So I
Yeah.
felt like people were buying handing down tickets to be able to access the entry. So I guess that's part of the reasons why we didn't have like good supporters showing in the stadium in the final. So, question: do you think, um, moving forward, do you think they should sack our coach?
I don't think they need to sack him, but I think they need. So his contract is up, right? So I don't think like they need to sack. They just need to let him go.
Apparently,
Just
they're winning him. They're winning him.
they'll pay him now. Don't worry, he'll get his money. Don't worry,
Mm,
they'll always get their money. All these guys that they are being owed, they always get their money. It's not so all they need to do is to I think so I'm not sure of the process, don't quote me on this, but I think the process is that if you are being owed like that, I think you can like write to FIFA and like when FIFA wants to like disburse money to like the Nigerian FA for something, they can like take out of it.
that's
I think I read
crazy.
something like that. You get, but we they owe too much now. Everybody knows us. It's not because of Nigeria that FIFA decided to pay the women's footballer directly. They told them to bring their account number. Don't worry, we'll pay to you directly.
But yeah. So no, I remember that controversy. Apparently, so it was I can't remember the lady. She was from Africa. She's like one of the top FIFA agents. I think
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
retired now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
she said it in the dressing room, but
Mm-hmm.
on outside, I think during the conference or maybe on FIFA Twitter page, formerly Twitter X, they said no, we're still paying directly to the FAs. So it was like there's a
No, no,
miscommunication somewhere.
no,
Yeah, they came
no,
out.
no, no,
Can you
no, no.
remember? You don't
FIFA,
remember?
no. Oh, no, no. Even before the tournament, I'm not even talking about that during the tournament. I don't know what you're talking about. But before the tournament, they already announced that a certain amount. So there's the one that is going to be paid to the FA, obviously. But the
Yes.
players, the players winning, the money that should be shared to the players through the FA, that one is going to be done directly now because of that. And it's not just Nigeria that had that issue. There was another
Ghana?
country. I don't know if it's Ghana. No, a country that was at the AFCON. I don't know if it's Zambia. I hope I'm not making a mistake. I don't want to call the wrong country.
Mm,
But there are two countries that had that problem. But Nigeria, I mean, we are chronic
obviously, no.
footballers. So
Obviously. So are you saying they came out? They made this utterance before AFCON or before the
no.
Women's World
So
Cup?
no, for that one was for the women's work. For that one was for the women. I don't know if it affects men. I'm not sure about that one.
Mm.
But I'm just
But
saying. I'm just
but
saying
but
on a
but you
general
remember
note.
the incident I'm talking about? You remember the
Yes,
incident I'm talking
I
about,
know.
right?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just saying generally, Sha, I think we should just let go of Pesero. And it's simply
Mm.
because I don't. So this is the most talented group of players Nigeria has had since I don't know, maybe since the golden era. So I
Mm.
know obviously we won it in 2013, but the group of players we have now, they are more talented than the group of players in 2013. Now, the
Mm.
players in 2013 they might have more balance because I won't lie to you, man. We had some rugged. I mean, Vincent Nyama was there, Mikel was there. I hold those two very highly. My guy Onazi was there.
Onazi was there, yeah.
I still feel like Onazi Mikel midfield is
It's better,
arg-
yeah. It's better. It's
arguably
better.
the best midfield pair Nigeria has had since Olise era. You
Yes.
get so
100%, yeah.
that was a very solid midfield
It was
combo.
balanced.
So
Yeah, it
so
was
you can say
balanced.
on balance, 2013 might edge us out, but in terms of just pure talent alone, this is the best we've had since the golden era, the mid 90s. And I don't trust Jose Pesero to handle. I can't. I don't think can entrust this kind of talent.
So they don't waste it.
To
So
maybe
they
hey,
don't waste it.
no, he's not.
Don't
He's not.
waste. Yeah,
He's not good enough to have this kind
yeah.
of talent with him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not waste.
So
It's not
there's
waste it.
no
Yeah.
all we need to do is just to I don't now the thing is that I don't know who I'll say should be the
Mm.
next manager you get. If I had my way, the person I'll get is that Harvey Renard, the
Yeah.
former because that one it seems he understands African football a
It's
lot more than
very
even
well
Africans.
with his
But
white shirts.
you get, but I think that's just wishful thinking. I don't think we can get him. I think he would prefer a North African or probably a
But
French speaking country
but
because of the language thing.
is French female national team manager, so he's not going to come.
Yeah, I think he actually no. I think so. There's news about him even accepting the Egypt job. So
Ah,
I saw news of that. So I know they're interested in him. Remember, Ivory Coast actually wanted to get
yes,
him
yeah.
as a replacement. Yeah, so I think he's open to that. He'll be open to that. But yeah, like I said,
You come and enjoy, come and enjoy.
it's just wishful thinking. I don't think we have a realistic shot to getting him, but he would be someone that I can trust with this talented group of players. Definitely
Mm.
not Pesero. I don't think Pesero can get the best out of these guys.
Anyways, AFCON has ended. Let's go back to our normal lives. Let's go back to our $1 to 2,000 naira.
My brother.
um, so well, congrats to Ivory Coast. They had a good showing, and I don't think there was any incident in terms of security during the tournament. So kudos to them. That's something that we should be highlighting. And hopefully the next country, you say Morocco, right?
Yeah, Morocco, yeah, next year.
Uh, Hopefully
So
they will outdo what the Ivorians have done. So quickly, just touch briefly on Champions League. Man City beat Copenhagen, straightforward game. Madrid robbed Leipzig as usual, 1-0. Uh, Bayern lost to Lazio. It's looking like a team in that side of the world. Then PSG straightforward win, beating Real Sociedad 2-0. Um, just I don't know. That Madrid, I don't understand. I don't know why they cancelled that goal because I'm sure in EPL that goal will have stood. But
yeah, same here. I think everyone is shocked by that.
you
Um,
cannot even
I,
explain it.
Yeah, it's one of those goals where if Leipzig should call for a play or should challenge the results in court or something like that, uh, you won't blame
Even
them
a
for
layman,
that.
even a layman that doesn't watch football, that should be a goal now. But yeah, So yes, the weekend games coming thick and fast as always. Time waits for no one. Before you know it now, Chike will have mini chickens running around, and before you open your eyes and close your eyes and close your eyes and open again, you have mini chickens having mini chickens running
That's the
around.
plan. That's the plan. That's the plan. Just want to have two, so that, want to have two or three. At least one of them
uh,
will be an athlete, so that we can eat
and
off.
you have to eat to. I have to
Yeah,
start to.
I'll now be like Neymar's dad. I'll just be the agent and
You'll
just
be
be eating
agent,
off my.
scamming all the clubs up and down, making them
You
sign
get
and giving you
all
bonus.
these stupid clubs. Whichever club Ed Woodward is in charge of, that's the club my kids are going to. So I will
Uh-huh.
scam them from their money
Amen.
since they can release money, since they have money to waste.
Amen. Okay, so Brentford Liverpool. What's your prediction?
Ooh, Liverpool they're on form right now. They're getting the
Yes.
results.
Yeah.
That loss to Arsenal was still,
It's to be lingering. It's
yeah.
like a blip.
And I was also
Hopefully.
surprised that they looked for a period. They looked just a tiny bit shaky against Burnley in that
Yes.
their win in
Yeah.
Anfield last week. But they got the
Mm-hmm.
job done. So I think Liverpool should. I don't know if Salah is fit to play. I haven't seen the updates on that. I haven't checked actually. I know if he is, it's going to have a
Yeah.
huge difference. Well, but yeah, let's see how it goes. I think it's even a double game week. I'm not mistaken, right? Isn't
Is
this a
it?
double game week?
Yes. Yes.
I
So
think it's a double game week for I think Man
yes,
City
Man
and
City
some
and
other.
Liverpool
Yeah.
So Liverpool. So Liverpool is playing Luton Town on Wednesday.
hmm
Yeah.
So they should be
So
aiming
we'll
for
see.
6 points too. They should be aiming
They
for
should.
6 points. And then Trent as
So
well.
mm,
I don't know if Trent
it's
will
going
be.
to be back, right?
But then they have this fantastic their fullback that
Young boy. Mm, mm.
was it Bobby Clark? Was that his name?
I've forgotten his name too.
No,
He's a
no,
new
not Bobby
guy.
Clark. Bobby Clark is a midfielder. But they have this right back there.
Yeah, yeah, his dad
They did well, yeah.
passed on. Yeah. So
Uh,
Burnley, Arsenal.
Burnley, I mean Arsenal are on the roll now, so it's hard to not pick them.
The
But
company needs to relegate. So company needs to relegate.
so
Needs
it's
to relegate.
funny, right? I think so. First of all, I think Arsenal are going to win. The only slight worry Arsenal fans might have, I don't think it's going to be a worry that they play in the Champions League in I think on Wednesday. So I
Mm.
mean, would they
Go all
like
out.
rest a few players? And I think Ateta will do the smart thing, which is to go for 3 points
Ju-
against Burnley.
Just play
Uh,
them. Yeah.
yeah, but
But
on the subject of Company and Burnley, Company is doing something that I feel is very smart, right? So he's sticking to his principles and playing football the way
he
like
wants
a
to play.
pep disciple. You
Mm.
get it. He's not doing the
Yeah.
whole long ball. And I think
Mm.
one thing that he's doing is that he's positioning himself for an average or a respectable job in the future. You get because if you look at someone like um okay, so say for example, like a Sheffield United, right? We know the way they play is nothing pretty. You get so in the future, Chris Wilder is not someone that you'll be looking to hire at, let's say, a West Ham United. You get
Mm.
or let's say an Aston Villa. Say for if Unai Emery leaves Aston Villa, you won't go hire Chris Wilder. You get,
Mm.
but because of the way Burnley plays and they play football like a very pretty kind of way under company. Company is a disciple of Pep. He likes to play possession football, those kind of thing. I think the guy, even though I know this is going to get him relegated, it's going to take a miracle for Burnley not to get relegated. It's almost
Hmm.
certain that they're going down. But I think
Otilo.
I,
Otilo far
I,
far.
I think it's actually smart of him because the way it is, he's actually positioning himself for another reputable job in the future. So that's just by the side. I think is interesting to see because if I was him, I'll be packing balls, hoping for a smash and grab win here and there, or smash
Mm.
and grab 1 point there, here and there. But
Mm.
he's sticking to his principles. Let's see if
We'll
it will
see.
pay off in the future.
So Arsenal win. So Liverpool, I feel like Liverpool should win to beat Brentford.
Yeah.
And if Arsenal plays their full strength, they should beat Burnley. But if they don't, they probably draw. Fulham, Aston Villa. I'll pick. I'll pick Fulham because Aston Villa they are struggling right now. They are struggling. I don't know what's going on there, but they're struggling.
I
So I'll
think
pick
I'll
Fulham.
pick Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they just had a very, very bad day in front of goal against United. I think that's what it was. Because, like I
Mm.
said, they had 10 shots on target. You know, Ole Watkins was a mess that day. He missed lots of clear chances, like
Yeah.
chances that you expect. Like, I think he should have had at least a brace. That I won't go as far as saying a hat trick, but I think he should have scored at least a brace. You get,
Mm.
but for him not to score one goal, no, 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 no. He was even my captain in the FPL, so I was thinking, if he scores
Fear,
United, at
fear.
least I'll have something to be happy about. Only for him to blank out. So I think that was a one-off, and I think they'll get back on track. So for
Mm.
me, I hear what you're saying about Fulham, and I might be wrong, but I think I'll go for an Aston Villa win there.
Okay. Newcastle Bournemouth. That'll be an interesting game. If Newcastle is not careful,
I'll,
they will lose that game.
I think I'll go for Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah, same as Newcastle. Same here. Nottingham Forest, West Ham.
Uh, I don't like what I saw from West Ham last weekend. I'm not going to lie, I didn't like it, and I like what I saw from Forest, even though they lost. I think I'll stick to a draw.
Same here, draw. Tottenham Wolves.
Tottenham.
Tottenham, same Tottenham.
I remember the last time they met, Wolves won in a very. Remember that was when Wolves scored 2 goals in the final
Yes,
minute to turn it around. Yeah,
yeah.
Spurs they have to get their revenge. They have to get
They
their
have
league
to.
back. So
Mm. So I guess game of the round. City Chelsea.
City should win this. They don't have any mid. Okay, they have a midweek game coming up, so that should be tricky. And it's against Brentford that a bit stubborn. I know they had a few players get injured. Bernardo Silva was injured. I mean, he's injured.
Mm. Mm.
Grealish is injured as well. Don't they have one other defender injured? Maybe Ruben Diaz was it? So they have some concerns, but I mean, Chelsea. There's nothing fantastic about Chelsea this season. I think Man City should win it.
Okay. Brighton. So Sheffield Brighton.
I think I'll stick with Brighton.
Okay, same here. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Chelsea. Just City should beat Chelsea. That's Brighton should beat Sheffield. Like all things being equal. Luton Towns United. Your dear club.
I think United will make it a bit interesting by conceding, but
Eh,
they should get the 3 points. I don't think.
hopefully,
I mean, they should get 3 points.
yeah. Hopefully they continue in the streak of not losing any game in February. So I'm picking United. Crystal Palace, Everton, Crystal Palace on Monday.
There's just a lot of noise around Crystal Palace right now. Change of coach might be happening soon.
Yeah.
All those things. I think Everton should be able to should win this.
Mm.
Everton they've hit a roadblock lately. I don't think they've won any of their last 5 games, but they need this win. They need to
They
get back
didn't,
on
yeah,
track.
yeah. They might rush Crystal Palace. Yeah, I feel the same way. They might rush them. So I'll pick Everton. So second game of the week for City, Brentford.
Yeah, City. I'll go for City again. City,
Yeah,
they are
City
just
too.
on a mad form. They won 11 games in a row now, and they
Yeah,
won 13 of their last 14 games, drawing one.
it's
That's
not new to
just
them. It's
as
not new to them.
demonic. That is
Yeah,
demonic. So
it's not new to them. So on Wednesday we have Liverpool playing Little Town. So second game for
yeah,
Little Town too.
yeah. I think Salah should be back for one of these games, though.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I'm not sure, but I think so. Let's see how it goes.
Mm.
But I think with or without Salah, they have enough to.
Enough
So if you
firepower
if you
to
remember the
win
first
it.
the first time they met was a draw. Now I think it was a draw. Liverpool came
Yes.
from behind too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. So it's going to be
Yeah.
tough. Luton Town, they are very stubborn, but
Mm.
come on, Liverpool should
Liverpool.
win this.
Yeah, and we have some games, some interesting games in UCL. So hopefully we'll come back and talk about those games. Inter Madrid, Atletico Madrid, PSV against your club Dortmund, then Porto, Arsenal, Napoli, Barcelona. Two struggling teams right now. But anyways, yeah, I've come to the end of the show. Thank you for putting up on me. It's almost midnight there, right? If I'm correct.
No,
Or seven
no, no,
o'clock.
no. No, this is just 7:30. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I got at a very good time. Thank you very much for pulling up. And let me
Always
greet
a
Madame
pleasure.
for
Always a
allowing me
pleasure.
bother you for a quick few minutes.
I'll let her know, man. I'll let her know.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, continue supporting United though. We need your prayers because at this point we're trying to make top four. You're trying to make top four.
I think
Forget about it.
they should focus on getting. I think so. Making the top five might actually be good enough for them to get back to the Champions League. But yeah, top four is
Yes,
safe.
yeah, I remember. Yes, I remember. So I mean, we just have to be there, just be around, just keep
Mm.
aim for the stars land in the way. Where do you land?
Well,
I've
what?
forgotten the saying. Aim for the stars, you land
Okay.
somewhere.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
And where do
True.
you land now when you aim for the stars?
Oh, well, on the clouds now.
So if you aim for top four, maybe we'll land in fifth. Know your club. They cannot handle pressure. So we'll see. We'll see about it. All right. Thanks.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Bye.
Enjoy your weekend. Yeah.